Hey guys, it's Sean Klinger and former professional supercross racer Steve Boniface. We are at Glen Helen. We are riding today the 2020 KTM 250 SXF. We know that the backgrounds might look like we're racing in the 450 class, which we were today, but this is the 250. Minor changes to this bike from 2019 to 2020. All they really did was update some fork settings. They also did the same internal piston change they did on a 450. That's better for release from the shim stack, a little easier to get it to move. The shock settings all new, but the same shock as last year. One of the main differences from the 450 is that they didn't change the mapping. The mapping on this bike is the same as the 2019, but they did open up the airbox. So it has this vented airbox cover that's optional, comes with the bike when you buy it. And that's kind of the only engine change, but I really noticed a big difference. Steve, what did you think of the power of the bike for the 2020 model?
So first of all, I didn't get a chance to ride the 2019, and as you mentioned, like the bike is fairly similar to the 2019. Yeah, the bike is a lot more like stronger. I feel like there is a lot more torque than it used to be, and it's a lot easier to ride and a lot more efficient for me, for my riding style, and I think for more like average people that maybe doesn't like rev the bike as much. So really happy with all the changes they made.
This bike was already kind of a revving bike, like revs quickly, gets into the higher RPM, still pulls really far, and somehow they made it even more so. Like it still revs really quickly and even more than the 2019 bike with the airbox open. I found that in map 2, it's very aggressive. Like it's a race bike oriented motor. It's ready to go. It rewards being very aggressive. Steve was saying even up the big hills that he clicked into the fourth.
Like that big Glen Helen hill, you turn like a really tight turn at the bottom, shoot you straight into that hill, and you turn in second gear, and then you shift third, and the bike keeps going up and up and up, and I almost felt like I would have been able to shift fourth, which is like pretty crazy to think about it, like going up like that steep on a climb, you know. So definitely the engine is one of the, if not the best.
So I was talking to Dave at KTM today. With the 19 bike, they kept a stiffer suspension setting with a stiffer frame. Now for the 2020 bike, they've left the frame the same, but actually kind of softened up or tried to get a little more comfort out of the suspension, and that really balanced the bike for me. And even more so than just the suspension action, it helped me turn the bike more, or turn the bike easier, I should say. What did you think of the handling and the suspension of the bike?
I felt like a big change getting on that bike, on that KTM, compared to the previous KTM I rode before. I felt like a lot more in control, and just like you said, I was right away able to put the bike more where I wanted, and felt like the bike was stiffer than previously. It cornered better for me. I feel like all the changes are going in the right direction. I feel like this year on the KTM 2020, It's really good like stock. I felt right away pretty good. I didn't do any changes. The track was pretty rough. I mean, it's Glen Helen on a Thursday and it's hot, and no, I felt like the bike was working great for today's condition on a real motocross track, sorry, and the bike is ready to race.
What I'm kind of noticing more about this chassis is that both a quote-unquote front-end steering guy and a rear-end steering guy can make this bike work. But it kind of makes sense why so many privateers, so many kind of weekend racers are actually buying KTMs, because it's a really neutral platform that you can make the way that you want it.
Like you said, you know, the bike is ready to race. I mean, I can feel like taking that bike right now today and maybe going into the weekend and do a local race, no issue, you know. It's always been kind of like the KTM mentality. I didn't always like feel it was true for me, but the 2020 is actually, I feel like it lived up to his name, you know, or slogan. So no, really excited about the bike. For a 250, it's a fast 250.
And I mean, KTM still has really solid fit and finish. The hydraulic clutch is great. The brakes are great. Almost the bike feel too, like in between your legs and squeezing it with your boots, it's very seamless. Like I feel like, and you notice it more at Glen Helen because you're going uphill and downhill. And I feel like going downhill where I'm off the back of the bike, I'm still squeezing with my knees and nothing gets hung up. Nothing gets in weird spots. I can move around on the bike really easily. So overall, very small changes and kind of made a big difference for the 2020 KTM 250 SXF. We're excited to ride this bike with the others in the shootout. Stay tuned to Vital MX for that shootout coming up. And for more bike intros, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And thanks for watching.